Hi and welcome back. This is going to be just a short video on another older spin cast rod and a spin cast reel. This is an Abu Garcia Abumatic 574 and a Berkley 6-foot Cherrywood casting rod, pistol grip rod. This is a really neat rod. 6 foot, I think is light action. Doesn't say, but I think it's light action. Has a little line keeper right here. And pistol grip. Short little hand grip here is rubberized. This is all plastic. And the rod, I guess, is fiberglass. This reel, this Abumatic 574, has a graphite frame. And what's really unusual about this reel is an ultracast model. It has a huge opening. So that's what caught my eye, and that's why I bought it. You can see it has one pickup pin. I had a bit of trouble earlier with it, but I had too much line on it. I was getting some line around the spool, but I took some off. So it's pretty good now. This reel, I got this one from eBay and the rod. This reel, there's a few 574s out there, but they don't look like this. This one has the push button off to the side. And it's really, you can't change the handle. This is really for a right-handed person. Drag is right here. Let me see. I'm trying to see how much line it holds. It doesn't have pounds, it has a line diameter. I don't really know what's what here, so I don't know. It's probably comparable to any other spin cast reel like a Daiwa or a Johnson or a Zebco. So drag is right here. It's a really nice combo. This reel has no ball bearings, it just has bushings, and I know a lot of reels nowadays have 7 or 8 bearings, 3, 4, 5, 6 bearings. Doesn't really matter. Trick to these, just keep them. If you buy an old reel, clean it, get rid of all the old grease with WD-40 and Q-tips and paper towels. Wire brush, get all the teeth clean on the gears. Put a very light coating of grease on the gears and oil the shafts. Keep the shafts. The shaft your handle goes through here, and the shaft that the shaft goes through here with your main gear on it, or your pinion gear I should say. Keep all that oiled. Inspect your drag, clean that. Main thing, keep them clean. This has 6-pound line on it, which is about all you want to use on a rod like this. Maybe 8, 10 the most. Usually the lighter line, the better casting distance you'll get. And I just think the rod is unique. I bought it because it has a handle, because the push button is off to the side instead of being up here. And I just find it way more comfortable. This is the first day I've used this rod. This reel, I mean. I've used the rod many times. And I think this looks good together. So a little demonstration casting, just hold the thumb button in, go back, let it go, like that. And that's great distance, really good distance. And the reel is pretty smooth. Actually really smooth. So I'll just have a bobber on there now and I just cast it out. By the way, I'm just fishing for trout. That's all we have in this small pond. In my area, all we have is trout. Nothing else. We have no bass, nothing like that. Just trout. And usually go like that long. Maybe a big one is like that, so maybe a pound. If you get a trout, that's a pound. That's a really good trout in this area. But yeah, I just wanted to do this video because I think the vintage fishing gear, like not super old, but I'm guessing this reel is probably from the 90s, late 80s. I'm guessing the rod is probably from the 80s too. And if you watch my other video about the Daiwa, you've seen like these type of rods are getting really, really hard to find, and I think they work great. Probably my favorites. It's what I grew up on, so that's what I use. And you can't really buy anything new like it now. So I think I just had a bite. So we'll just hang on for a sec. We'll see what's here. Lots of trout today, but they're not biting. They're jumping and breaching and stuff. But I should have brought some flies, but I didn't bring anything. So, and I'm using a bobber here because it's really shallow. And if you don't use a bobber, every time you get hooked in the grass and reel in, your just hook is full of grass. Someone's got another cast. This rod too has really cool ceramic eyes, I guess, or the inserts at least. And it's really good. And this rod is 2 pieces, which is really good. Some of the older rods, you get, you take it apart, the butt piece is really short, and the top piece is really long, which I really don't like because it's really pain for transporting. What I usually do is I usually break down the rod in 2 pieces, put a rubber band on each one, and if you got the same length, it goes well together. But I find when the top section is longer, it's makes it easier to get snagged up and break your tip off your rod, which is always bad. But yeah, we're not having much luck here today, but I don't know, like I said before, for small fish, something like this, these kind of rods is ideal as far as I'm concerned. Really not a fan of modern rods. And I'm not a fan of spinning rods and reels at all. I find for a spin cast, like I can pick a spot. I've used spinning reels, but I find I can get better distance from a spin cast rod. And if I'm using a spinning reel, when I cast it, I don't know where it's going to go half the time. But if I want to pick a spot, I'm going to pick a spot, try to get directly in front of me. And yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if you can really tell how far that went, but that went. I cannot cast a spinning reel that far. This is one-handed operation, and it's so much easier. So, I don't know if anybody's watching and got any comments or thoughts on these type of reels, these type of rods, please comment. So I'd really like to hear what anyone has to say about them. I don't really see these much more anymore. And there's another kind of rod too, reel that I haven't tried, is underspin. Basically, it's more of a spin cast than a spinning. It sits underneath the rod, and it's pretty much like a spin cast, but it has a trigger, a lever that goes about here, so you just push the lever, reel back, let it go. And I've seen a few of them. There's Zevco 154, Daiwa makes one. I think a few more people makes one, probably Shakespeare. And I've always wanted to try one, but maybe I will someday. But for now, I'm going to stick with the spin cast rods, spin cast reels. So yeah, I just wanted to do a short video, so I was going to cut it off. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.